Thank you, gentlemen. Let's go to our next story. The devastation caused by the flood in Maiduguri, Borno State, left us with the sad reality of counting the losses in the wake of the disaster. At least 414,000 people have been displaced and about 1 million others affected by the devastating flood in Maiduguri, the state capital. The spokesman of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Manzo Ezekiel, said the death toll has hit 30 in the town's worst flooding in 30 years. The state governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, visited the victims and assured them of proper care until the water receded and people returned to their houses. Now let's share this story by TVC News' Jesse Tafida with you.
The Borno State governor makes his way through the flood waters to see for himself what is left after flood washed away the ancient town. From the CP junction, we went through the popular post office area, Blabulin and Shohuri, Budum and custom areas. The devastation was huge, and the cost of what is lost is yet to be ascertained. The governor promised more intervention to victims and displaced persons.
It might be associated with climate change. That is the most important thing. So what we need to do is to now reinforce the dam, reconstruct the dam, expand the capacity of the dam, and most importantly, defilt the drains. Because most of the waterways were occupied by human beings. If you can remember a few years ago when I was sworn in as the governor of Borno State, I followed all this route and I asked people to bucket on the waterways. But unfortunately, people don't heed to our own advice. People build homes right inside waterways, thereby reducing the width of the canals. These are some of the factors that are responsible for the overflowing. But most importantly, we are witnessing rainfall, storm that has not been, seen in the recent years, up to 50, 60 years ago. So the soil has become completely saturated. So what we decided to do is to give 10,000 naira to each of the heads of household.
Thousands of residents are still stranded, unable to return to their homes. The government have also sent out a search and rescue team to bring people to safety. In this temporary shelter for the displaced, the government has given out cash and other relief items. Jesse Tafida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
Oh, those pictures really touching. But Governor Zulum, the Borno State governor, and other government officials, they've visited the affected areas. Now, BK, how will this assuage the devastation caused by the flood?
I'm happy that in their moment of adversity, Nigerians have shown tremendous love towards our people in Borno State. And you saw some of the latest stories that Jesse filed showed even the governor of Lagos State and other governors, physically present. And we saw them even on the water, navigating through the water, trying to reach the people and show them love, show them support.
True.
It's unfortunate that this has happened, but there's really nothing anyone can do about it. I think it was NEMA that confirmed that about 30 corpses, have been recovered because in the aftermath of this deluge, the cemetery was overrun and corpses began floating on water. You know, so they have to do their best to provide care, limit the extent of the damage, because at this time people can't even get good drinking water. They have to relocate people to the to a higher ground, so that they can begin to pick up the pieces of their lives. People have to show kindness to other people who have lost their homes, lost their belongings. I'm happy that the governor has been on his feet. I'm happy that Governor Sanwo-Olu and others, the Senator Betara, you know, they've gone there to commiserate with this, with the people. Because how do you look at Governor Sanwo-Olu there? You know,
well, I'm even impressed.
How do you,
from Lagos had to go there.
Yes, going all the way.
That
because
shows,
he's a brother.
Exactly.
Governor Zulum is an immensely popular governor in our country because of his record of performance. And they cannot leave him. That's the governor of Adamawa State. Yes. Umaru Fintiri, the historian, is there too. You cannot leave the people to their fates at this time. You have to show support the best way that you can. And look, as I said, this is an international adversity. Nigeria needs to get help from wherever it can find it before the water recedes and the people can return to their homes. Even some of those homes will by now be compromised because some of them were literally enveloped by water. Exactly. So it means that it's even dangerous for people to live in some of those houses.
The integrity.
Because the houses could give way anytime.
Sure.
So I think there's a lot to be done. And the veterinary doctors also said more than 70 to 80% of the animals in the Maiduguri Zoo have escaped. Wow. You know, some died. I saw a video of an ostrich that had just managed to escape the water. I saw another video in which what appeared to be a lion was prowling the streets, and people were running. You know, so it's a dangerous situation. Crocodiles now, you know,
that alone,
and some animals that were trapped in their cages, some of them are dead. So this is a real. It just reminds me of the tsunami when it happened many years back. You know, I pray that our response will be a lot better and we can prepare for this kind of problem, calamity in future, so that we can limit the extent to which people suffer from it.
Majid, during raining season, we hear things like this. Okay, it happened last year, it happened this year, it might even happen again. Okay, and we hear also the same excuse, dam. Oh, if it's not Lagdo Dam, it's this one. Now let's talk about this. Is it about climate change or is it sheer negligence on the part of the authorities?
No, I won't say it's negligence. This is a natural disaster. It's like a typhoon. You can, although NIMET actually warned that 3 states will be hit severely, and it mentioned Borno. But this one was aggravated by the collapse of the Alua Dam, so to say, and also coupled with climate change. So it's a very, very sad occurrence. They say it's the worst flood disaster in 30 years in Borno. And you could see the casualties, about 30 dead and 414,000 displaced. So the federal government, through the office of the vice president, I had the VP was there yesterday with 50 trucks of rice, and we've seen Sanwo-Olu and I know and the Fintiri, they won't go there empty-handed.
Sure.
So help is coming, and from Nema and from other places, but then it just goes to show that yes, we are our brothers keepers. When things like this happen, no matter how hard you prepare, there is no way you can prepare for this magnitude of this a flood. It's like it enveloped the whole state. So it's more of climate change, which is
okay. It's
almost
more climate change,
yeah,
not about negligence.
No, not that. There's no the magnitude of this flood is way beyond. It's like when River Ogun, when they open it
and
Onyon Dam and Ogun River, when it opens, I mean it flanks. I mean we feel it as near as Isheri, yes, in Lagos and Agility. So when things like that happen, you see the water level coming up, and if you are passing through the Long Bridge, which will seem as if you are touching the water on the bridge. So these are natural things that happen, and there is little or nothing anybody. It's like the typhoons and hurricanes that happen elsewhere. So
or the
tsunami. There's little you can only prepare with there's little more any government can do to stop it. But just the remedial action, which of course is taking place, and people should be careful about the epidemics that might come after, especially the corpses that are thrown out of mortuaries and those animals and stuff like that.
All right then. All right, thank you very much.